Yeah, sure. Quandre, just obviously there's a lot going on in sports outside of, or in the world outside of sports right now. Just what was your take on what we saw happen on Wednesday in the world of sports, where just about everything shut down?
I applaud those guys. I applaud the NBA players, the WNBA players. MLB, all those guys that were able to take a stand and just shut the world down for even if it was that day that made a statement. It's crazy times in this world, and at some point as athletes, as entertainers, it's our job to let people know, we're more than entertainers, we're more than athletes, and we have families outside of this. My whole family's black, so at the end of the day, I'm scared for them every day. I call my mom every day, no matter if I'm a multimillionaire or not. She worries about me each and every day. So, I have nothing but respect for those guys, and I think as a league, as the NFL, we got to come together and we got to figure out what our message is going to be, and just continue to keep the voices going and keep the movement going, and don't let our voices not be heard. We got to continue to let it go.
Corbin Smith.
Hi, Quandre. Jamal mentioned to us shortly after he was traded, against his agent's wish, that he called you as soon as he found out that he was going to be possibly heading to the Seahawks. You know about changing teams, the acclimation period, new teammates, new scheme. How much do you think having a prior relationship with him serves as an advantage for you and the defense to hit the ground running without a preseason going into week one?
I think it's an advantage because of the fact that I'm one of the guys that I feel like I can get on him if it's something that I feel like he's not doing right, just because we had that prior relationship. But it hasn't been any of that. It's been, he comes in, he works his tail off, he brings the energy, guys respect him, and he does his thing each and every day. So it hasn't got to that level. So I think it's just dope that we can hold each other accountable. Heck, I'm dang near the oldest in the room, and it's weird saying that, but I'm only 27 years old. I'm only 6 years in the league, but I'm the oldest. But those guys really look up to me to use my voice and to say things. But to have him here, somebody that's well respected around the league, an all pro, Pro Bowler, even better person than he is a football player. It's great bringing him into the room and knowing that he can hold me accountable and I can hold him accountable also.
Greg Bell.
Hello again, Quandre. How possible is it that you guys don't take the field for a game this season?
I think anything's possible. I think Pete has said it. This is a protest year, so anything that we come together collectively as a team, then we'll figure that out. But until then, that'll be kept in house. That's not something that we'll go around just telling people. That's beside the point. The point is to shed light on what's going on in the world, and that's our main thing. And it's not trying to get attention for ourselves or try to bring attention for us to make us look popular or something like that. That's not what it is. It's to shed light for the people that have been in the crossfire of these policemen.
How much do you want NFL team owners to act?
Of course you want them to act. I think the NBA is more of a partnership. I think the players and Adam Silver, those guys are more partners than anything. And I think with us, we're not partners with Commissioner Goodell or anybody in those front offices. They look at us as it's a working relationship. It is what it is. We're the players, they're the owners, and that's what it is. So until we can get on those type of bases with the owners and with Roger Goodell and things like that, then I don't know how much is going to change, but we're going to continue to push for that.
Thank you.
Bob Condotta.
Yeah, Quandre, just to follow up on that, was there any talk of not practicing today or not showing up today in any way at all? Or
I think that's something that we'll keep in house. Regardless of what we end up doing today. We have great leadership in Russ and Bobby and KJ and Dwayne Brown, and we have great leaders. So we'll continue to have those talks in house, and something happen, I'm sure you guys know. You guys know everything else, and we'll just continue to be us, and just try to shed light on these situations and continue using our voice.
and I know obviously we were sort of all here in the spring talking about a lot of the same issues. Is it frustrating that I guess that something maybe has changed in the last few months, or where do you feel like this kind of all heads now?
Oh, for sure, it's frustrating. You know what I mean? We had a George Floyd situation, 3 months ago, and you would think that with all the attention that it got and all the attention that it continues to get, also the Breonna Taylor situation, you know what I mean? You would think that people and cops would have the decency to understand that, hey, the light's shining on me a little brighter. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll just stay undercover a little bit, or maybe I'll just do my job a better way. You would think that people would get the message, but you know what I mean? I guess that's not how it's working in the world. And for us, you know what I mean? If the guy in front of me is going out there messing up and the coach is putting light on him, for me, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do the opposite thing of what he just did. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to handle the situation better, and I just don't see him doing that. So you can say all you want about a couple bad apples, but like Chris Rock said, you know what I mean? It's a couple bad apples, but if we had a couple bad pilots, then they'll be running into freaking mountains every week. So that's kind of what I'm getting at, and that's kind of what we're all sick of.
Joe Fan.
Quandre, where's this defense at top to bottom, comparatively speaking, to where you guys ended the year last year?
I would just say we're healthy right now. I think that's the main thing. We're healthy and we're competing and we're trying to get better. We're trying to bring camaraderie with each other, and we're just trying to gel with each other. You know what I mean? So I think that's the main thing. You know what I mean? We're healthy going into the season, and we got to continue to build off each and every day. So I like where we at, but we still got a lot of improving to do, and we're not where we want to be. But you know what I mean? I hear the hype, but for us, we don't really pay attention to it. We want to just be us and compete and be the best players we can be.
I know you don't want to hype, but is there maybe something about the defense, a trait, the overall personality of it, an aspect of it that makes you look forward to the season and gets you kind of pumped up for week one?
I think I look forward to the season each and every year. You know what I mean? It's not to downplay the trade or not to downplay things, but no matter what, whoever was here, you know what I mean, I was going to line up, be ready to play ball, and be ready to go. That's just how I'm wired. So that's just kind of how I look at things.
What?
Quandre, given the BLM movement and the priorities, what would you personally like to see beyond, say, encouraging everyone to vote? Is there a concrete action you'd like to see the owners take that would really be something that demonstrates the sincerity of their conviction?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what concrete, you know what I mean? I just know that we all do need to go out and vote. You know what I mean? This is the first year I'm actually registered to vote myself, and I'll have to do a absentee ballot. So I'm actually getting that printed out today so I can ship mine and get mine out early. But you know what I mean? We got guys like LeBron James doing the voting, the whole voting ordeal, and for me, I just think I want the owners to get on board with us and understand our message. You know what I mean? I'm tired of them, and I'm tired of teams kind of putting out PR statements. You know what I mean? Let's put some action in the work. You know what I mean? Let's get it out in these neighborhoods. Let's try to get these cops and people better training. You know what I mean? It's if these guys are professionals, then they need to be doing professional work. And I just don't think that's the thing. You know what I mean? I think you get these guys that kind of, you know what I mean? I'm not saying every cop, but you get a lot of guys that were kind of, you know what I mean, not the man in high school, and you give them a badge, you give them some handcuffs, and you give them a gun, and, you know what I mean, they get a little bravery. So I think we just need to do better training, and I think at the end of the day, you know what I mean, to get this world back to where it needs to be, and even in a better place than it was, you know what I mean, we got to get better training, and we all got to use our voices to be better people.
Nico?
Thank you. Quandre, I wanted to know, without the preseason games, you know, it's hard to replicate that training against another team. What are some aspects, what are you doing to kind of prepare yourself for that very first regular season game without having that ability to have, you know, a preseason game against a whole other squad?
I think it's just about taking full speed reps at practice. You know what I mean? I think you got to make practice as similar as you can to the game. You know, I know people will be like, oh, it's practice. But, you know what I mean, when you're going out and you're competing against Russell Wilson, you can't be half-stepping out there. You know what I mean? You're going out there competing against Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Chris Carson. You know what I mean? You can't half-step then you add Greg Olsen in the mix. So it's almost, you know what I mean, it's game-like for me, because at the end of the day, those are great players. And no matter, you know what I mean, how good people think I am, how good I think I am, I'm not the type of player that want to go out and get embarrassed by anybody. So for me, you know what I mean, it's going to be full speed, it's going to be full rep, and it's about just getting my angles and getting my tackling, and that's what I really focus on, you know, this offseason. So much as my job might not be as flashy as others, you know what I mean, my job is really, really important. So, you know what I mean, I just want to take advantage of those, and, you know what I mean, you're not going to see as many splash plays with me at practice, but it's all about, you know what I mean, what my coaching and what I see behind the scenes.
And as a group, you guys, as Ken Norton just said, you guys still have to go play. But when you look around the talent in the secondary, I mean, what's the potential this season for the secondary?
The potential is high, but, you know what I mean, potential can get you beat also if we're not prepared and not ready to go. So, like I said, I'm not really buying into the hype. I don't think the guys in the secondary are buying into the hype. We all about work, you know what I mean, myself included, you know what I mean, we're all about work. I don't want to hear about, you know what I mean, who's the best duo, who's the best secondary, you know what I mean, that stuff's out the window. Everybody right now is the best secondary because we haven't played anybody. So until we go out there, line up week 1 against Matt Ryan, Julio, you know what I mean, Todd Gurley, and, you know what I mean, we do what we do, then until then, you know what I mean, that's the only way we're going to prove ourselves and prove how good we can be.
Michael Sean?
What's up, Quandre? What do you remember about being Jamal's host at Texas?
Just the high energy person he is, you know what I mean? He hasn't changed a bit. Of course, he's matured, but at the end of the day, he's still high energy, great character. Somebody that you could hang around with all day, you know what I mean? And you can understand, like, hey, this guy is a great football player, but he's an even better person. So, I mean, I think the official was dope. You know what I mean? I wish he would have came to Texas, but it didn't work out like that. So we're here now. Of course, you guys can see, like, even though I hosted him on the official, he didn't come to Texas. We always kept in touch, and we've always been pretty close. So you guys always see me like it's bigger than football, and the relationship that I had with him was bigger than football. So you know what I mean, we continue to be friends, and I've always looked at him like a brother to me.
Pivoting from football, in talks with guys about like police violence and all this stuff going on, have you had any potentially impactful convos with some of your white teammates and just sharing perspectives with one another, both learning from each other, anything like that?
I wouldn't say too much with teammates because, you know what I mean, we were off and then we had a scrimmage. So, you know what I mean, we haven't been in the building too much. But I would say my friends outside of football, some of my white friends outside of football, I was able to sit down and talk with them. And, you know what I mean, I got a lot of calls about, you know what I mean, guys trying to see my perspective. And also still having guys that, you know what I mean, that you will call friends. You know what I mean, you call them and you tell them their perspective and it's, well, but this, well, this, and, you know what I mean, at that point when you start getting into those type of conversations where they feel like they can tell you what they see in black people's eyes, and that's kind of where you got to cut those people off. So it's just, you know what I mean, it's different times, and you're either going to gain some more friendships and know how close people are to you, or you're going to lose some people. And, you know what I mean, I'm fine with losing people. I have enough people in my life as it is.
Thanks, Quandre.
Yep.
Tim Booth?
Hey, Quandre, I was curious, what prompted you to make getting registered to vote such a priority this time around, and maybe why you hadn't gotten registered previously?
I just think for me, I'm a lot more mature than I was 4 years ago. You know what I mean? At 4 years ago when I was 23, I really didn't know too much about absentee voting and things like that. But now with the way, you know what I mean, I'm a father, you know what I mean, I'm a boyfriend of 8 years. I'm a freaking, you know what I mean, I'm a son, you know what I mean? So my mom, my girlfriend, my daughter, those people are dependent on me. So for me, you know what I mean, it's my duty to go out there and go vote. So for me, you know what I mean, I just made it important. You know what I mean, I don't like the leadership that we have now. I'm just going to be honest with you. So for me to invoke my change, you know what I mean, I think it's important for me to go out there and get my vote. You know what I mean? I'm not telling people who to vote for. You vote for whoever you vote for. But for me, you know what I mean, I think it's just important in these times with everything going on that your vote is important, and you only, you know what I mean, people back in the day fought for our rights to be able to vote. And I think for me, it's important for me to take advantage of those rights and go do that.
Jackie?
Just wanted to get your perspective on Marquise Graham, what you've seen from him in the nickel spot.
Keith has been phenomenal. You know what I mean? The things he's doing, he makes it look like he's played nickel before, and he's a natural at it. And the energy and the impact that he can bring to our secondary with having him on the field is dope. You know what I mean? He's just all about work. And I've always, you know what I mean, even last year when I got here, I saw the type of player he could be. And I always just kind of kept a relationship with Keith. And, you know what I mean, I checked on him in the offseason. But you can ask him. I was one of the people that I always tell him, like, hey, your legs better be ready when you come back. Like, you know what I mean? We going. You know what I mean? So I always knew he had the potential to do it. And he's put his mind to it. And he's just a heck of a football player. You know what I mean? So everything he does out there, I'm excited for him. You know what I mean? It's just, for me, like I always say, it's bigger than football. You know what I mean? The relationship that me and him have off the field. And, you know what I mean? I can talk to him and kind of tell him some of the things that helped me when I was a nickel. Is important. So I'm excited for him, that the plays that he's making. I'm excited that, you know what I mean, he's getting his shot to go out there and play. And, you know what I mean, we're going to definitely need him this year.
All right, last one from Osvita.
Hey, Quandre. Today's the 57th anniversary of the March of Washington. And my question is, I just wonder, and the athletes right now seem to be taking the lead in terms of change, systemic change. Is there any frustrational question about where the entertainers and other voices in the Black community are asking for structural change?
You saying, is it any what? I kind of lost you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just like the athletes right now are carrying the torch in terms of the Black Lives Matter movement.
Right.
Is there any, and I don't want to say frustration, but any call for entertainers and other people in our community to be on the front, to do their own things, to show?
I think it's important for everybody to do their part. You know what I mean? Not just athletes. I think entertainers. I think regular civilians. You know what I mean? I think it's important for everybody to be at the head and everybody to try to lead from the front. I think that the athletes and entertainers have a bigger platform, but I think everybody's platform is important. So, you know what I mean? My high school teacher that's a Black lady, she can go teach in the school and let people know what she's going through in life. You know what I mean? The bus drivers, you know what I mean? The people working at the laundromats, you know what I mean? Anywhere, you know what I mean? Wherever you're working at, whatever you're doing in your life, you can always make an impact on somebody and let somebody know, you know what I mean, kind of what you're going through in life. So, of course, we got the bigger platform, and I'll say that we have to use our platform. We got to continue to use our platform. But people in my little town in Angleton, you know what I mean, Angleton, Texas, they can use their platform any way they have it. You know what I mean? You can have an impact on somebody, and all you have to do is leave an impact on one person every day, and, you know what I mean, you can help change the world. So I think we all need to do better, and that's including myself. And I think that's the only way this world is going to get better, is if we all do better and we all collectively do it better.
Thanks.
Yep.
Quandre, thank you, and thank you, everyone.
Yep, no doubt. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.